Hello mirrors. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card / pick a pile for what your spiritual abilities are. I would like to preface this by saying that I do believe that every single one of us has access to the full range of spiritual gifts and abilities. However, some of us do come here to utilize certain ones more than others, or at different points in our lives. Some of us have innate attractions to certain spiritual gifts starting from birth, or at different milestones in our life where we start to gain more ability towards one than another, that kind of thing. And whatever one you choose will be what your guides think you need to hear, and maybe what you are currently utilizing or what you should be utilizing. So, let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one, so we can self-actualize into the people we are born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy these types of videos, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I do post new videos. Check out my recommended videos playlist. There's a lot of really great things on that playlist that will help you on your journey, as well as I believe I have a meditation playlist that is public, so go ahead and check that out as well. But let's go ahead and get started. So pile 1 is going to be this Hematite, pile 2 will be the Malachite, pile 3 will be the Fluorite, and pile 4 will be the Celestite. The timestamps will be in the description box below, and they will also be in the comments. So go ahead and scroll down and click on whatever pile or piles that you feel attracted to. And let's go ahead and start with pile 1. Hello, pile 1. This is for you if you've picked the Hematite. So let's go ahead and look at what your spiritual gifts or abilities are. We have follow your heart's desires and manifest the heck out of your life. We have abundance. We have a woman holding a heart. We have the divine physician. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. We have child of the moon, forgiveness, transcending the ego in the reverse. I'm not reading these in reverse. We have sacral chakra. I feel comfortable in my own body and sensitive to other people's feelings. We have 3 of swords in the reverse. Sorry, 2 of swords in the reverse. We have the tower. We have the hanged man in the reverse. And we have the magician. Okay, so one of the very first things I see is that one of your spiritual gifts is that you manifest from your heart. So you may not even realize this, but your heart's desires really shape your life more than you can possibly imagine. Now, I do see that maybe for many of you, this is a little bit of a struggle because, as you can tell, sometimes your heart is aligned with your ego, and your ego can be very limited. I mean, that's what the ego is, right? Because when you are in your ego, you see the fullness. You can see multiple perspectives. You can see the bigger picture. The ego can really help us. It can really help us to connect with each other that are in alignment with us on our path. It can help us zone in on what we came here to accomplish specifically. But at the same time, it can cause us from being able to really move forward as much as we'd like to. So that's just a little additional message. But you definitely came here to not just manifest in a small way. You came here to manifest in a really big way. We have abundance, of course, and this card is absolutely stunning. It says that follow your heart's desires, manifest the heck out of your life. Of course, we have the heart here. I do see that either you are very strong in your body, you're very in tune with your body, or this is something that as you become more in tune with your body, your heart will start to align with the rest of what you came here to create in your life. I do feel like a big spiritual gift that you have is your relationship with other people. I feel like you can create a lot of magic, even through sex magic, or you know, the type of energy that you create with other people. That is a very strong gift you have. But let's look specifically at the tarot. We have 2 of Swords in the reverse, and it's clarified by the Tower. So what I see by this is that your true heart's desire, like your true heart, not just the egotistical part of you, but your true heart's desire is so strong that if you don't take steps to actually align with it, you will manifest a Tower event. Like, to be honest, I relate so strongly to this pile that I understand this, because there are times when I allow myself to get mistreated, or I stay in a situation far too long hoping that it will work out, and ultimately I end up manifesting something major in order to take me away from that. That is a gift you have, and you may not see it as a gift, guys, but I promise you that in actuality, it really is a big gift, because you won't stay stuck in the same ruts. You have to understand that even these Tower moments, you are manifesting. With the Hangman and the reverse and the Magician, I feel like you are able to you're able to roll with the punches. When you do have this Tower moment, you may be in this Hangman in reverse position where it's kind of difficult for you to be able to initially see what's happening. Like, why did this happen to me? Or this is so difficult for me to understand where to go next, because now I'm experiencing a totally new reality. But then you step out of that and you are the Magician. You say, no, I'm going to take what is given to me. I'm taking what I manifest, and I am going to make something better out of it. I'm going to take all these pieces and I'm going to create the life that I want. So I do love sacral chakra here with abundance. I even think that one of your spiritual gifts may be involving children, having children, being present in a child's life. But yeah, I do think the big advice here is to get yourself in alignment with your body and your heart, and to transcend your ego, allow your manifestations to unfold as they are meant to, because ultimately it's going to lead you exactly where you want to be, even if it is a difficult path. So again, your main spiritual gift is your heart and your heart's ability to manifest. So using visualization in the form of feeling is going to be very powerful for you. This is a group of empaths for sure, and a group of very sensitive people, but you guys are so incredibly powerful and so beautiful, and you just like light up to the people that see you and interact with you. So ultimately, this is a really great pile. Even though you guys definitely will experience some difficulty in your life, it is ultimately for your highest good, and I want you and need you to understand that Spirit is telling me to tell you. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Go ahead and comment. Let me know how this resonated with you. I'd love to hear. Hit subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and go to pile 2. Okay, pile 2, if you chose this Malachite, and for some reason I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be choosing this stone because it's so beautiful. But let's go ahead and look at your spiritual gifts and abilities. Let's see what's going on. We have start reclaiming who you truly are. We have self-love. We have contract. We have a loved one in heaven. We have the secret path. We have fire elemental. I ignite the fire within me that connects me to the divine. We have the King of Swords. We have the Emperor. We have the Empress in reverse. Well, I was picking 4 cards for each one, and that's really strange that I didn't pick a 4th one for this pile, but I thought I did. Okay. First of all, you guys have a very, very masculine presence here with the King of Swords and the Emperor and the Empress in reverse. So masculine energy, whether you are a male or a female, it is not a bad thing. It is actually really great. So masculine energy is the energy that, you know, goes forth and does what needs to be done. So you are very, very strong in that. That's also why we have this fire elemental right here, as well as self-love. So your spiritual gift is that you have a very strong identity with who you are, why you're here, okay? And if you don't feel that right now, that is definitely part of your path. Now, wow, I think this is so interesting, guys. I just realized this. So you can see she's going into the forest, and then there's a path in the forest here. So you are going to discover yourself through your actual life and what happens in your life. So your main spiritual gift is in being a human. And I really feel that way with contract as well. Like, you know, and I feel that way with loved one in heaven. So I would assume that you're a starseed or an earth angel. You're from a higher dimension, and you did come onto this planet, at least many of you, in order to be simply human. And it's really kind of funny because in being human, you start to unravel the mysteries of life. You start to become this. You go from the contract where, you know, she's blindfolded right here, and then straight here to the King of Swords, which he's all about truth. So you come here with the amnesia. You don't realize why you're here, what your purpose is, and then you start discovering truth, and you discover this truth by self-love, by being completely authentic, and not just being authentic, but moving forward in your life, moving, like actually taking steps, walking down that path, because at the end of that path, or not really at the end of the path, but as you start walking along this path in life, you discover who you are. So with the Empress in reverse, you may have some issues kind of digging in to that internal strength, but ultimately it will be part of your evolution. However, it isn't the main part, and it's not, at least not in this point of your life, is it extremely important. Right now, universe is really saying take those steps, because your power is in your authenticity. Your power is in your truth, and that there's like this fire that burns within you, and it burns within you so strongly. It's kind of like you're walking on hot coals, like you are ready to come here and do what you are, you know, you came here to do. You're most likely here to unlock some karma, to get rid of some karma. Actually, right now I'm getting here with loved one in heaven and the Empress in reverse. Many of you have lost your mothers. So many of you have a mom or a mother figure. Or, I mean, it could be a masculine figure, but I'm really getting mother for most of you, if not all of you. And because of that, it makes you a stronger person. So I know that's difficult to hear, difficult to really understand, but it may be at this point in your life that it starts to unlock all of these things in you. So also that would include that part of your spiritual gifts are taking what is the most difficult and painful experience, or one of them in your life, and turning it into kind of living a life where you're completely real with yourself. This could be an activating moment for many of you, which I think is like super interesting, guys. So yeah, you guys are very passionate people. You're here to get in tune with yourself. You're here to be like a model for others to follow. So you're very inspiring to people by what you do. And in doing that, you will unlock some very deep truths within yourself. And that's extremely powerful. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. I would love to know if this resonated with you. So if you could go ahead and put a comment below, I would really love to hear that. And hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. I would love to have you here. And that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and get to pile 3. Hello, pile 3. If you chose this fluorite, this reading is for you. So let's go ahead and look at your spiritual gifts and abilities for this lifetime, or at least this current time in your life. We have Take a Leap of Faith into the Unknown. That Frozen song is stuck in my head now. Compassion. Oh, that card's gorgeous. I love it. Adjacent Possibilities. Focus your mind. We have Solace. We have Sacred Space. We have 9 of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And 4 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, guys. So I'm feeling a lot of different messages from here. So I'm going to go ahead. I didn't do this for the other piles, but I'm going to take it one by one as far as the pairs go, because that's what I'm really feeling. So we have Take a Leap of Faith into the Unknown, and it's clarified by Solace. So I feel like one of your main spiritual gifts and spiritual abilities is that when you do feel alone, maybe even when you're feeling lonely, like, you know, you feel like no one understands you, no one is there for you. Many of you might take that energy and use it in order to start something new, to move forward. So for many of you, one of your gifts is that you use that solitude or loneliness in order to push you forward. And this is like such a great gift, guys, because not many of us have this ability. A lot of us take solace and we let it bring us down. So you may likely be very introverted. Then we have Compassion, and we have Sacred Space, which is I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. So, you know, for many of you, I feel like you guys have a very strong pull and connection with nature. You may like to meditate in nature or spend a lot of time in nature to get in tune with the energies, because I see here she's meditating, and here this is about having a sacred space, which also might be in addition to this solitude. So a lot of you are very strong in your solitude, in your inner temple is what I'm hearing, okay? Then we have Adjacent Possibilities, but we have 9 of Pentacles in reverse and King of Pentacles in reverse, which is more to me like advice. So a lot of you might get really comfortable in that power of being alone, in that power of being able to manifest, being able to push forward, and you may actually get really bogged down by other people's energies, or you may get kind of confused, which might be why you really enjoy this like time in nature or time away from everybody. However, I feel like universe is really asking you, make sure that just because, like, don't get too comfortable in your solitude, in your sacred space, in being alone. Make sure to look out for more, because I feel like part of your destiny in this lifetime is to find a counterpart. If you don't have one already, find someone that can one, respect your space, but two, build with you. Because, you know, 9 of Pentacles is a singular energy. Even King of Pentacles I take as a singular energy. With these two together, this is, if these were upright, if we would actually take this adjacent possibility, you would have this Nine of Pentacles woman who she doesn't need anybody, okay? And the King of Pentacles energy, he doesn't need anybody. So like, you know, perhaps you're here to build an empire, but if you spend too much time by yourself and not allowing that person, and it doesn't even have to be romantic, guys, it could even just be someone that wants to help you with like a business, could be a family member, anything like that. It's really saying that to look past that, to look past your inner power and find someone else who's kind of in that same energy. Okay, then we have focus your mind, but we have Four of Pentacles in reverse and Four of Swords in the reverse, which is like really, that's a really interesting mix of cards here. So with the Four of Pentacles in reverse and Four of Swords in the reverse, I feel like you're really good at letting things go. You're really good at being able to focus on what is necessary. So you may not be like super sensitive or super into your emotions. And if you are, this is advice for you. I feel like you don't hold tightly, especially even to like relationships, which, you know, is a good thing because the people that are meant in your life are going to be in your life. So if you're able to not hold on tightly, it's kind of like if you love them, let you go. If they come back to you, they're yours. That's the type of energy I'm feeling. And your mind is very powerful. You could be an intellectual. I feel like you have a really good balance between your inner strength and, your left brain and your right brain, your creativity, and your mind, which is very powerful. And I do believe that this can actually lead to an awakening just by your focus and by your strength in that regard. So this is like a very interesting pile, a lot of good mix of energy, but I do just recommend that you find a sacred space, but you also allow yourself to integrate with other people because you have so much to offer other people. I feel like you're kind of able to go with the flow. You're able to take risks and take chances. You're not too stuck on one thing. You're not too stuck on one idea. You're very flowy in that way, and I think that's really great, and that's really, really powerful. And then when you want something, you go for it, and my goodness, is that an amazing gift to have and to offer the world. So please offer it. Okay, so that's it, guys. I would love to hear in the comments if you've resonated with this, if not, or whatever you want to let me know. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. And that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and go to pile 4. Hello, pile 4. If you've picked this gorgeous Celestite, which is my personal meditation stone. I love meditating with it. It has such beautiful ethereal energy. Let's go ahead and see your spiritual gifts. The more loving care you give yourself, the more love you have to give to others. We have Divas. That card is just stunning, guys, isn't it? We have Goddess of the Moon. Leap of Faith. Look at all this blue here and this like ethereal energy. It's funny that I said that even before pulling these cards. Leap of Faith. I'm ready to take a leap. Angels, thank you for doing it with me. So I did get a similar message in pile 3. So if you were also drawn to that, I can't remember the stone now, the fluorite. If you're drawn to the fluorite, go ahead and check that one out as well. Keeper of Secrets. I'm not reading these in reverse. Flames of Wisdom, Chrome. I'm open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. Six of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. And Nine of Cups in the reverse. So I'm getting a lot of messages here, so I am going to end up breaking it down. But one of the very first messages I'm really picking up from all this is you have wisdom to offer people, okay? You have possibly lived through many, many lives, or you've just overcome a lot of messages. you're an old soul. I don't know if you've had, like I said, many lives, or if you are starseed, or, you know, I believe we all are, but you came here to impart your wisdom on other people. You appear to be a very deep thinker. You may actually have access to knowledge that your average person, even your average person in touch with their spirituality, doesn't have. And that being said, you seem to be a very spiritual person. You may struggle with loving yourself. You may struggle with it because it feels like you give a lot of your energy to other people, when really you should be filling your cup up first. But yeah, I really feel like you guys hold some really deep wisdom, and it may be kind of hard because you may not feel like, well, I'm getting two messages here. It may be difficult for you to use this knowledge in order to go out and like actually either tell other people about it, because, you know, you can't ever underestimate the power of planting a seed, guys, because they may not understand you or be at that place of understanding, but spreading wisdom, even if you feel like you're the only person who hears it or understands it, like, that is part of your journey. And don't give up hope, because people need to hear that. I remember years ago, people would tell me different things and they'd be planting different seeds. I used to have a ex-boyfriend of mine tell me that everything happens for a reason, and this was at a place where I was nihilistic and I didn't believe it. And now I'm Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot. Like, I truly believe that our paths they exist in order to help us evolve. And it's like that type of wisdom that you can tell other people. And of course it may go a lot deeper than that. And eventually they will be able to take this and be able to impart it on others. So it's kind of like a domino effect. And I feel like you are here to be like a master of energy. I do think that a lot of you guys will struggle through life because you're such a deep, deep, deep soul, and you're not going to be content with what maybe the majority of humans would be content with. So a big part of your spiritual gift is just the depth. Your spiritual abilities, it's the depth of your soul and the depth of the vision that you want to create. So with the Two of Pentacles and Nine of Cups in reverse, both being in reverse, especially under this leap of faith, it really feels like you are not content with just the minimum, or even more than the minimum. Like, you're here to create heaven on earth. I'm going to go ahead and say that, because that's exactly what you came here to do. And it's a very strong gift you have. And you do this by imparting your wisdom on others and taking action with that wisdom. You cannot just hold it inside of you. You are this very old, wise soul, and you have so much to offer, but you do have to actually move forward with that energy. It can't just be stuck inside of you. I'm really picking up on that energy hardcore. You're here to tell others truth. You're here to love others the way that they deserve to be loved, even if they don't give you the same in return. And I'm not saying you allow yourself to be abused, because you have to love yourself just as much. But you may often experience being with low vibrational people or people underneath you. Oh God, I'm sorry, that is terrible wording. I just mean not on your level. Like, like I said, you're an old soul. So if you're kind of involved with younger souls, they don't have this type of wisdom you have. And it may be very tempting to get wrapped up in their energy, but your spiritual gift is owning your own energy, because that is what is going to create this change. That is what's going to reverberate through the planet and through the very universe, okay? Which is really cool, guys. I love this pile. This is great. But it is a difficult path, And it is going to involve being very real with yourself and moving forward, despite maybe feeling very alone, okay? But make sure you do love yourself first. You fill your well up, spend a lot of time in meditation, because you will get those really cool pops of energy. You'll get those epiphanies straight from source, because I feel like you're very connected to it as long as you're loving yourself and you're taking care of yourself and you're not getting bogged down with the energy of other people. Okay, so that's it. That's all I have for you guys. If you've enjoyed this reading, please go ahead and like it. Comment and let me know if it did resonate with you, and hit the subscribe button, because I would love to have you here if you are not subscribed already. And that's it, guys. I love you.